Hello there. What's crack? I like it. I'm Scotty. You're not. And so nobody too. So I enjoyed the first one for what it was. I thought it was okay. I liked it fine. Whatever. I thought it was a good movie. Loved the villain, Julian. I love Julian. Yeah, I liked him. So I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's a nice little John Wick ripoff. Cool. And they announced, hey, we're making a sequel. I went, not every movie, not everything needs a sequel. Now, having watched that sequel, I am man enough to admit that I was wrong. I I enjoyed this one better than the first one, I think. Though the villain is nowhere near as good as Julian, but Sharon Stone tries, and when I say tries, they literally shoehorn in a dance sequence so they could be like the first one, but there's no reason to it. It just cuts to her dancing to a song, and I'm just like, why is she dancing? Apparently, some people think that they copied the structure of the first one. Let's do this, but do it here. Let's do this, but we're doing it this scene. I didn't see that, but that's mostly because I haven't seen the first one in a while, so I only caught the dance. The dance scene was like, are they trying to do the Julian thing again, where the villain is dancing and everything, and yeah. So after the plot is after the events of the first film, Hutch he's in debt, so he has to work for Colin Salmon's character and pay off that debt by basically going back to being an assassin. Well, he then decides that he and his family need some time off to go on a vacation, and when some jackass decides to hit his daughter, all hell breaks loose because you do not let someone hit your kids. So that's really what it is. And I and to start with this, I do like that better. Because if you remember the first one, the whole reason why he flipped out in the first place is because they thought these people stole his daughter's hairpiece or whatever it was, hair clip or whatever, like a Hello Kitty hair clip or whatever it was. And that was the whole reason for that. And they end up finding, oh, it was actually in the couch the whole time or something. It was never stolen. Well, here, I feel like defending your kids is a legitimate reason to hit someone back. Like, seriously. You hit my kid, and there's three scenarios here, okay? Either you're not of age, you're my kid's age, in which case, my kid will hit you back. You're of legal age and you are a man, in which case, I will hit you back. You're of legal age and you are a woman, in which I will tell my kid's mother and she will hit you back. I've been on record before about bullying. If someone is bullying you, if someone is bullying my kid, and then the principal comes to me and they say, "Oh, your kid was in a fight, he's suspended." I'm like, okay, who started it? It doesn't matter. He was fighting. He's suspended. But who started it? Because if my kid started it, okay, he's grounded, sure. But if the other kid started and he was defending himself, I'm taking him for ice cream. Because I'm not going to dismiss self-defense. And I know you're saying, Scotty, you shouldn't be promoting violence, and that's true. That's true. But I'm sorry. If it's for self-defense, if this kid is picking on you, pushing you, all that stuff, as a victim of bullying myself, as someone who did not fight back, I give you all the permission in the world to fight back if it's self-defense. If they started it, like I said, they hit you, hit them back. I don't care. They started it. I don't care what the school says, especially if this bully got off scot-free because all they saw was my kid doing it. I've never had that problem yet. Hopefully my kid won't never get it, but I'm just saying, I've seen it so many times in movies and TV shows and stuff like that where it's like, this kid gets in trouble. Did he start it? Well, it doesn't matter. He was fighting. But did he start the fight? And what the other kid in the fight? Is he in trouble? No, your son was fighting. But what about the other kid he was fighting? Who was probably a bully, but they get off scot-free. And I know I'm off the situation here. I've said it before, but that is sort of the situation here. And this guy hits a girl in this movie, which is another thing, And I've seen the clip so many times. But yeah, so we start off this movie, Hutch. To be fair, I didn't remember his name until I watched Hutch. Okay, Hutch is back working for Colin Salmon's character because he's got to pay off all the money he burned in the first one. So he's got to do these jobs to pay it off. And he's like, you know what? He's having problems with his wife and all that. They need time. So he's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to pack up my family. We're going to go on a vacation to this place my dad used to take me. Taking my dad with. Christopher Lloyd's in this more than he is in the first one, which is always a plus for me. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And everything seems to be fine. And again, I'm waiting for, is Colin Salmon going to send someone? Is the person who's actually behind the deck going to send someone? No. It's more of a situation where it starts with there's like a different villain in each act of the film, really. Though one of the villains ends up being a good guy. But, and one thing I will say, when I started the movie, and it started out just like the first. That's another one I caught. We start off. He's once again in a police station. I think it's the FBI this time. And it's him and it's a dog. And they go, "Who are you?" And it comes up, "Nobody." "Who are you two?" "Nobody two." I was like, we're just rehashing what we did before. But I do feel like there's a decent payoff to that by the end where there's a reveal. We'll get to it. But yeah. So so they go on this trip to this town he went to, and everything is fine, and until this punk ass kid, and it's one of those situations where his dad is the guy in charge of town, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants. So he starts, going off on. It's one of those situations where the son is nice to this girl. "You hitting on my girlfriend?" And I'm like, he was nice to her. Because, apparently he needs to overstimulate his masculinity. He needs to overshow his masculinity because he feels threatened by this guy who's just nice to his girlfriend. "You hitting on my girlfriend?" Though, correct me if I'm wrong, the end scene to this, where they're all a family sitting around, is he with the girl from earlier? Because he's got his arm around a girl, and I don't think it's his sister. The son. They don't show it long enough for me to see anything, but I don't know. It's just there. Anyway. So he gets in a fight with his kid, and he kicks the guy's ass, really. And the security guard's like, "No, you're out. All of you, you're out." And Hutch, rightfully, is like, "What about the other guy? What about the guy bullying him?" And he goes, "I didn't see that." Though it's even more when you find out that that's the son of the guy who owns the town or whatever. But John Ortiz, Braga from the Fast and Furious movies. Anyway. And you got this sheriff played by Colin Hanks. We saw this corrupt sheriff who's working for, we find out, Sharon Stone. And this is the scene you see where they go to leave, and because the guy ripped the daughter's uh, stuffed animal. She's like, "What my stuffed animal?" He's like, "Leave it." And he smacks her in the back of the head. The security guard. And I'm sorry, I condone everything that Hutch does. Maybe I wouldn't be that violent, but you, like I said, you hit my kid, I will hit you back. You don't hit my kid, okay? You do not hit my child. You do not have the right to hit my child. I don't even have the right to hit my child, okay? You do not hit them. Hutch is like, I left my phone in there, which I'm like, she goes in there and he kicks some ass, and that starts the problem. Where it's like, okay, we need to, there's a fight on a boat, and just like, yeah, we need to, you're like, well, who the is this guy? You know, like, pissed off the wrong guy, that's what it is, you know? Yeah, it's just like, they also show that dog. You know it's going to be into someone they haven't. No, it's a wild animal. You got to leave it alone. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. So, he's trying to get his revenge. He accidentally, because they tell Wyatt, that's John Ortiz's character, that, oh, you work for us, and blah, blah, blah. And so that, because he can't pay or something, they take his son. So Hutch, not going after the son, but he's still trying to get revenge. So he shows up and takes out these creeps and he saves the kid. But when he fires it up, the rifle up, it ends up making sparks, but set the money on fire. And I like how he goes, like, not again. Because he didn't mean to do that. Just to show off, right? He saves the kid. And that's when he kind of makes an ally of White. He's like, I have your son. He's like, what? He's like, no. I saved him from Landina. I know that you overheard that, and she's coming after me. We should work together. So they got the mom with the kids, and Wyatt's kid, and the grandpa, and the grandpa goes with them, I guess. And they're in this cabin. And they decide they're going to use this amusement park in this town, as a sort of way to fight back. And I'm sorry, I don't remember anything from the first one being like what they do in this town. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I haven't seen the first one in a while, right? I think I watched it back in 2022. It's been a while. I got the steelbook over there, by the way. But, I don't know. But it was, yeah. Yeah, so they're putting landmines in the ball pit. They got the gun on the side of the thing, you know. And, then RZA shows up. You know, his brother Harry, the adopted brother. He's like, Harry? It's my brother. Harry. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot he had an adopted brother. And he's like, this is where it felt a little forced. He's like, I sensed you were in need. And I'm like, this feels like a reshoot. This feels like they didn't think they could, like, RZA was too busy at first, and then his schedule cleared, and then like, he's like, oh, I can come back and I can shoot. And they're like, shit, what do we do? Because he's here, and then for the rest of the movie, he's protecting the wife and kids. And it just feels like they didn't have a big enough spot for him, or because he was big in the last one. It was the three of them, I remember. So maybe there was something similar like that. It was the three of them taking down the Julian's bad guys, but I don't know. Like, I feel like Sharon Stone's bad guys are a little more tough, because, like, first of all, when the sheriff shows up, I thought, he's like, this is my town. And I'm like, I thought he was going to turn and become a good guy too. But no, he's like, you guys need to leave now. We're not leaving. So then she orders them to shoot the fuck out of him. So Colin Hanks is dead. And the rest of them run in. We get this cool shit. There's shit like, they're knocking them with that sailboat. That boat that goes like this. Knocking him with them and kill him that way. There's things that flew out and they got blades on. It's hitting them. Yeah. the exploding ball pit thing. Yeah, all real cool. And then we cut back to the cabin where RZA shows up to help them. And you got Connie Nielsen sitting there, the wife. She's looking at the rifle. She tells the son, look after the rest of them. I'm going for a walk. And she takes the rifle. I'm like, okay, that's going to come in handy, I guess. Then RZA shows up afterwards to kind of help them. Because, you kind of get scared because she's like, there's this cabin. I'm pretty sure that's where the wife and kids are. She's like, what did she say? Full burn or something like that. No survivors. No prisoners. Full, whatever it is. You're thinking, but RZA's there. And even the son gets to take out someone. He's like, your father will be proud of you for that. So yeah, they're taking out these bad guys left and right, and then it gets down to Sharon Stone. And just when you think she has the upper hand about to kill Hutch, the obvious thing happens. She gets shot. I think it's a hunting gun, but she's dead though. She gets shot here, and it's the wife. Because apparently when they were writing this, they said, my thought process was they were writing this and said, well, you can't have a man kill a woman. Though I've seen so many action and horror movies. How many women did Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger killed? And you can't have Hutch kill a woman in an action movie? You can't do that? That's just what it felt like. It was 2025, you can't have a man kill a woman. Fuck you if that's the case, right? Come on, equality. Hey, I'm not saying you should kill a woman if you're a man. She's a bad girl. She's a bad guy. She's a villain. She's okay. You can kill her. Not in a normal circumstance, but Sharon Stone in this circumstance is okay. So, I'm just saying, in a movie like this, doesn't matter if you're black, white, purple, woman, gender fluid, or otherwise. You're a villain. You should die. Just saying. And then, so, I did like this needle drop. I know some people might roll their eyes. Because earlier when she calls him, he's got an instrumental version of The Power of Love by Celine Dion. And while I hate Celine Dion, stupid Titanic song, here, the grandpa, Christopher Lloyd, is like, fire in the fucking hole! And he's about to set the thing on fire, and you got John Ortiz going, crazy gringo, and jumping into the pool, and you just get it, I'm your lady, you are my man, and as the thing explodes, they jump into the water, and then it cuts back to the interrogation room with the FBI agents, and they're like, seriously, who are you two? And it pans out to show that the wife is also there. Not just the dog. Though, I guess the dog's their dog now. I don't know. But it's like, and then, what? What do you mean? No, there's a bunch of bodies out there. They're free to go. Are those the same ones from the first one? I don't know. It's like, free to go. So yeah, everyone is happily ever after until the next one, where it's like, remember you burned Ladina's money? Well, now you owe for that too. Now they both have to owe it. I thought it was going to be the punchline where say, hey, you both owe me now. Yeah, Connie Nielsen is a badass. She was a badass in the Wonder Woman movie. First one, anyway. Yeah, I'll say it's pretty good. And I feel like I need to rewatch the first one before I should say this, but I think I liked it better than the first one. When it started out, I'm like, we'll just rehash what we did. There's only two things that I noticed, maybe three with the ending thing, but I had fun. right? Maybe they'll do the thing, like they did with The Hangover, where the third one will be very different. I don't know. I feel that this is less repetitive than the Hangover movies, where the second one was literally just the first one over again, but with a different person. Here, you have some elements, but there's a different bad guy, there's a different situation, different scenario, different setting thing. They're not Russia or whatever. But yeah, it was good. So, what are your thoughts on Nobody 2? Leave a comment, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.